Right, so I have a couple of things that I kind of wanted to say before I start this video. Many of you have reached out and asked me why I just completely stopped uploading. I've had a couple of messages saying why are you not active anymore, and I just want to touch upon those because I have been active. I've been very active on Instagram and on Facebook, actually more so than I've ever been on Facebook in like years. I've just not been doing my hustle. And when I say my hustle, I haven't been doing my YouTube, I've not been doing my, because I'm currently doing this 30-day body transformation, which I don't actually really understand why I chose to do that, but I am. And I was uploading every day. If you guys followed me on Instagram, Facebook or whatever, you would have known that, and then all of a sudden I just stopped. I've not become inactive, I've just been, basically have taken a decision, instead of bogging down your news feeds and your Instagram feeds with my stuff, I've decided to, you know, put as much information out there as I can about Black Lives Matter, because I don't know if you guys know this, but obviously my daughter's mixed race. My fiance is black, therefore my family is black. So when I say like this is close to home, this isn't close to home, this is home. So it's a very important message that I feel like I need to get out to the world, you know? And it's very emotional for me. So I have been active, actually I've been very active. The reason I'm sitting here today is obviously we're going to continue because the hustle can only go on pause for so long because, you know, this is my hustle. So we need to continue. However, I'm not going to stop my information, I'm not going to stop my education. It will continue. It will just be now mixed in with my usual crap, basically. The other thing that I've has taken a lot of time out, actually, and I've had to take a step back and come together and actually literally just be like, nah, I gotta put my phone down, is I have been, I'm going to say involved in a debate. I have been involved in many debates with certain people across social networking platforms about certain things, and I mean it's a great learning curve for me because I'm a very passionate person, and you know I'm proud to say and I'm privileged to say that when I speak people do listen. Like I have that power, a power that I have created. But when it comes to certain matters, I have realised that some people, no matter how loud I speak, no matter how well I have spoken, they're not listening, they're not going to listen, it's gone. So that's a good learning curve for me, actually, because, you know, up until this moment, you know, I've been heard, I've been listened to, I've been spoken to, and now I'm dealing with basically. So yeah, it's been a good lesson for me personally. So like the old saying goes, you know, you can take a horse to water, but you cannot make the horse drink. Hit me, that's so true. I just wanted to explain myself because I try to reply to your messages as much as I can, but I just feel like I keep repeating myself and I'm just a bit like, ooh. Like, I am very active, like my stories are like, just not what you guys follow me for. But if you follow me, then you have to follow me, and this is me. So, take it or leave it, people. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is India. I run British Beauty by India here on YouTube. We are a beauty channel first and foremost. However, if you take a scroll down my videos, you'll see some really random stuff in there. So I do like to dabble in other things. Anyway, more importantly, if you'd like to see this face again and you like what you see here today, please just go and hit that subscribe button down below and come and join us. Top 5 Friday. I appreciate I have not done a top 5 Friday now for 2 Fridays, and that is because number one, I explained myself earlier. Secondly, I'm actually running out of stuff to talk about. Like there's individual bits, concealers, foundation, like everything that you've seen basically is the stuff that I like a lot of. Other things like I was thinking like toners. I love toners, but I love my toners like 1 or 2. Like I don't have multiple, like I don't have 5 of them. Like powders, don't have 5 powders. Like I've found my powders, I love them, and I'm sticking with them. So I feel like I'm coming to the end. Like we're slowly coming to the end. Like I have some other ideas, but I think I might slow it down a bit to kind of keep it going instead of doing boom every Friday, boom every Friday, boom every Friday, because I'm just going to run out of things to say too quickly. You might not see another top 5 Friday for like 2 weeks because I want to keep this going. Like, I like these videos, I like doing these videos, I like, you know, I like informative videos, I like personal review videos, so just so you guys know. So today I thought, okay, fine, because I've been away for 2 weeks, I'm going to do a special edition. And truthfully, the reason is because I was like looking at my primers. I don't have just 5 primers. Like, I have mattifying primers, and then I have like my glowy kind of primers. And so I can't put those in the same category because they just aren't the same category. That's why we're doing top 5 mattifying primers, and we're doing top 5 glowy primers, if you get my gist. So without further ado, let's get going. So we're going to do mattifying primers first. So the first primer coming in as a mattifying primer, I actually have it, okay? But I cannot find it. And not only do I have it, I have 3. I've got like the full size version, and I've actually got 2 travel size versions. So the fact that I cannot find 3, I'm thinking my toddler has been super naughty in my makeup bag. And when I say makeup bag, I mean makeup box, but I understand, like, it's like a theme park for her in that box. Like, she loves it. I can't find this primer. So we're doing photos. So the first one, we'll actually get to the point, I swear. So coming in at number 5 for mattifying primers is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Of course, this is going to be on my list. This is a banging, banging primer. However, the reason it's number 5 is because it's actually really expensive. However, I feel like Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer was probably one of like the best mattifying, kind of pore refining, pore erasing primer to come onto the market. So it has, like, it's a cult product that's got to be spoken about, and it is. Clearly, I have 3 bottles of it. Like, I do love it. The other reason I like this primer is it because, and it says this in its little thing, is that it actually repels water. Now, I'm not a crier. I'm really, no, I'm just, it's not my thing. But when I do cry, I feel like it actually like can withstand my tantrums. And I can't say that for all my primers. Obviously you've got loads of product on top of it, but it kind of like those products as well, and it kind of gives those the same kind of tantrum repelling effect. You get me? I don't know, if you're a crier, this is for you. I don't know why that's a thing for me, but for some reason it is. I really like the fact that it claims to repel water, but it actually does. So obviously it conceals redness, and it also minimizes pores and fine lines, and it does. But the other thing is that I find that it's quite drying, and if you know me, you know I have dry skin as well. It has a broad spectrum SPF 15. The other good thing is, like I said, it comes in various size bottles. So it comes in travel size, and it comes in 30ml, which is your average size. And it actually now comes, which I saw on the thing, it comes in 60ml. So it comes in a giant size as well. So like, this is your primer. You can buy it massively, which I love. I have a couple of those kinds of products, like my Pixie Glow. I've got one of those massive ones because I just love it. I love the jumbo size things. It's basically just like a banging, very standard banging mattifying primer. I like it. I like it a lot. So the next primer that I'm going to talk about, number 4, is the one that I'm wearing today. Now this is the Rodial Instant Filler Primer, and it basically says that it visibly fills and blurs fine lines and pores. Like I said with the Veil Primer, I mean, the reason I bought this is literally because it says instant filler. It's not an instant filler. It's a very, very good pore filling, very fine line filling primer, and it is. I mean, I think it's a beautiful primer, and my god, I don't know what it is about this, but this is like quite literally one of my favorite primers because it smells so good. They've said this visibly fills, smooths, plump fine lines to create a useful, perfected canvas. With our new Instant Filler Primer, wrinkles and imperfections will appear blurred and diminished to reveal a rejuvenated complexion. Now, that's true. And the reason this, by the way, is coming in on my top 5 is because I actually find this quite hydrating, which is weird because when when you use this product, it's basically the same consistency as any mattifying product, like any mattifying primer, but this one for some reason I find a lot less drying. So anyway, that's why it's my number 4. I don't think it visibly plumps filling, like you're not going to see a huge difference, but I think because they have, I don't even know what they've got in it, but I think it's because it's more hydrating, that's why they're using the word filler, because it kind of plumps your face up because it's hydrating. I don't know if if that makes sense, but it makes sense in my head. So anyway, leaves skin feeling hydrated and restored with pores and imperfections blurred. I actually believe that. That's why I like it. That's why it's my number 4. Yeah. Anyway, I love it though. Number 3 is obviously, I do not have it. I've used it I've used it hundreds of times over the years, and I've had multiple ones. It's just that I haven't repurchased it because I was like, I have actually got so many mattifying primers. You're not going to do anything by buying it. You're just going to add to your collection. I do love it though. That's why I'm talking about it at number 3. So this is the Benefit Porefessional. I feel like this is, again, like the Veil, a very cult product. Like if this is the kind of thing you need, I'm pretty sure everyone has tried this product. It's been on the market for a long time and it still has that really high standard. That says a lot about a product. So Porefessional is a silky, lightweight balm that swiftly diminishes the appearance of pores and fine lines for an unbeatable smooth finish. And it does. I mean, it's just beautiful. It really is. So creating the perfect base for makeup. This formula is obviously free from oils, but however it does contain vitamin E derivatives to protect skin from free radicals, helping products to stay put, and it also prolongs the staying power of your masterful makeup handiwork. Genius. I like how they said that. That was very cute. Coming in at number 2. Now this, I think, had its hype, and like then the hype kind of went down. I'm just like, why? This is a really good product. Like, why is people not talking about it still? So this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer. Now if you hadn't like heard of this, you probably have by me saying, now this is the Tatcha Silk Canvas dupe. Now I cannot comment on that because I've not used the Tatcha primer, so I cannot say if it's a dupe. I think this is a really good primer, and like the fact that it's like £6, it's like nothing, and it lasts a long time, by the way, and you get a good amount of product. You don't need a lot of product. I'll show you just for shits and giggles. You need, sorry, I did it on my middle finger, I'm really sorry. You need about that much product for your whole face. It spreads really nicely. Look at that spreading. Like, it spreads really nicely, and it like melts almost like butter into the skin, and it's really nice. And that's the issue with this though, is if you use too much product, you're basically, it's going to be an oily, greasy mess, which is beside the point. Less is more when it comes to this. Like, what I like to do, get a sponge and like dab it on. Oh god, it really does though. It really fills in the lines. I want to put it side by side, but I've actually put oil on this hand that I've just put that on, so it's not going to give you the full effect, and that's my bad. But yeah, it's a really beautiful product. Again, I feel like I've explained mattifying primers now with the Veil, Rodial, and then now the Porefessional. So I feel like I'm just going to be repeating myself, because obviously mattifying primers, pore smoothing primers, like basically they all do the same thing. There's just better ones out there and not so good ones out there. That's why we're here today. But they actually really, like, let's be real, they all do the same thing. So I'm going to put this away without saying anything more on the subject, because it does what Rodial does, and it does what the Benefit one does, and it also does what the Veil does. It's just cheap and brilliant. Anyway, right, we're coming to number 1. So, number 1. Now, if you've been with me for a long time, you know this primer, because I love this primer. And this is the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. Top this primer. Now, the reason it's number 1 is not just because of the price, because it does come at a very good price. It is hydrating. Right? I kid you not. This is a hydrating mattifying primer. And when I say hydrating, I don't mean like oily hydrating, like slick hydrating. I mean like there is some ingredient in it that makes it really nice. Oh, I put it on the wrong hand again, right? We're just gonna move it on to the hand that's got no oil on it. That was very clever, India, talking about mattifying products while putting an oil on your hand. Anyway, so as you can see, it's got a way more creamier consistency than like your average mattifying pore blurring. You know what I'm talking about. I've said those words so many times. I feel like a freaking broken record. Anyway, as you can see, it's a lot creamier than that. But wait till it dries down. It dries down so beautifully. I don't know what it is, and it really does. It fills in everything. It, you know, your pores are basically disappeared. You have no pores. It controls the oil. It just doesn't crack. As you've probably seen on my channel, the reason this is like my go-to one is because like when I work, that's like my ultimate goal, is long wearing, pore blurring, but controlled, you know, controlling the oil so I don't have to do my makeup like every freaking break. But then it's just not drying enough that I like get the cracks, you know, when you're, oh, I hate that. And this is what this does. This is why it's my number 1. I love this. wonder what The Ordinary has to say about it. So I've just brought it up because I'm like, am I missing anything? Sometimes I feel like because I love something so much, I just talk about the fact that I love it so much. I actually don't talk about the product itself because I'm a bit weird like that. So this says it's featuring, this is from Cult Beauty obviously, featuring advanced adaptive silicones. This pore minimizing primer ensures that makeup adheres for longer so that you can prolong the staying power of your masterful handiwork with a flawlessly finished base, mattifying yet hydrating. This high performance primer can be worn alone or under makeup to blur imperfections and create an airbrush finish. Now I really believe that. That's so spot on, Cult Beauty, you have it so spot on. It's so, that airbrush finish is like a thing because I feel like airbrushed is not supposed to be matte. It's supposed to be like in that middle, juicy, beautiful demi-matte kind of space. And it does that. We're going to go on to glowy primers, hydrating primers, things that just make you, basically. Okay, so the first one, I'm really sorry. I went back and forth about talking about this because it's such an expensive product. I have to say it though, I'm sorry because it really is. It is in my top 5. Oh my god, yeah, it's really expensive. I'm so sorry. I thought it was actually cheaper than that. Oh. Okay, but I've got to speak about it because I just think it's fantastic. Coming in at number 5. I haven't got it because I can't justify always having it in my collection. This is the Guerlain insert picture, so you know what I'm talking about. And I really hope I pronounced that right. Anyway, it's called the Pure Radiance Primer. So the reason I love this so much is that I feel like it's a primer, but it's really, really heavily skincare based. Like you're looking at a mix, basically, because the ingredients of this is definitely focusing more on skincare. So it's like an extra layer of skincare instead of just a primer. And this is really focusing on looking after your skin. So I love it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this right now. Let's just get this over and done with. I don't know where I bought it from, I cannot remember, but it's coming in for 30 mils at 54 quid. I'm so sorry. I know that's shockingly expensive, and part of me is thinking like, did I actually spend that money? I probably did. So this is an embellishing makeup base sprinkled with pure 24 karat gold flakes, like the most luxurious jewellery pieces. It's a bit dramatic. The precious flakes were crafted into ultra sparkling and ultra reflective particles, then dispersed in a hydrating smoothing gel. So the complexion is beautiful. It glows with divine and unfailing radiance. Whoever wrote this, quite poetic. Skin is smooth, subtle and satiny, ready for perfect, enhanced and long-lasting makeup. Lior has a distinctive and delicate floral scent. The first peach note blended with an accord of vegetal notes is fresh and sparkling. The rose, raspberry and jasmine heart is enriched with a powdery base of balsamic, benzoin and white musk. Wow, that was a description. Kudos to you guys. That was like Shakespeare. In the beauty world. That's so funny. I love it. That was great. Like that's an amazing product description, but you're not really telling me what I need to know, so I'm just going to talk from what I know myself. Number 1, those gold flakes like almost dissolve into the skin, like into a sparkling ultra reflective particles. That does not happen. You are going to glow, but you're not going to get that like crazy like disco ball effect. It's nothing like that. It's just really beautiful. Now the hydrating smoothing gel that it's in is really good. You're going to get hit with like your hyaluronic acid. It's very moisturizing and it's very beautiful. That's why I'm talking like I feel like this is more of a skincare hybrid primer. When it says it's a distinctive scent, it's not that distinctive. It's not overpowering. I don't do floral scents, but that's not like I don't want that to detract from the how good it is. This is a really beautiful primer. I know it's very expensive, but I just think like if you know what you like in a primer and you want something more kind of like luxurious and you're happy to pay that price, then I cannot recommend this primer enough. Okay, next primer is coming in at number 4. Again, the reason this is coming in at number 4 is because it's quite expensive. This is the Emma Hardie Amazing Face Protect and Prime with added SPF. It looks like this. This is my travel version because my big one's long gone. These last for ages because you actually, with this, it's so moisturizing and so kind of nourishing, and it's really thick. It's quite a thick consistency. You really don't need that much. So if you wanted to try it out, these actually work as just like a great normal size because you only need a tiny bit of product. So the best part about this and why I love it so much, by the way, oh, the smell. I just rubbed it on my hand because I was just like, I just want to sit here and be like, oh, I love Emma Hardie smell. Like, that's just my thing. Love their smell. It's a really, really luxurious cream. Now, the reason this is coming in at number 4 and it's not any lower is because it's expensive. 30 mil. Oh, there's like multiple things. So on All Beauty, which I've never shopped on, by the way, because I don't know it, it's coming in at £36.80, but then look fantastic, feel unique, yada yada. It's coming in at £46. However, these are 15 quid. However, if you want to try like the whole shebang of Emma Hardie, they do like these travel kits where you get one of these and you get like a tiny Brilliance oil, and I think you get the Moringa balm. It comes at like 25 quid, and it's a great way to like try it because they're all big enough for them to last a while, because you really don't need a lot of these products at all. Okay, so moving on to the actual primer. This again, for me personally, like the Guerlain, is a skincare primer hybrid, and I think that's why I love this so much. And basically the majority of these kinds of primers are skincare hybrids. Let's see what Space NK has to say about this product. It's got SPF 30, which I actually didn't realise because it doesn't say that on the bottle, but that's a really good high SPF actually. That's a really good positive. As I said, it is expensive, and I'm sorry. But anyway, it says a cream that safeguards skin and hides visible imperfections in preparations for the day that lies ahead. It does not hide visible imperfections. The reason I think like why they can say that is because this is not a blurring primer. This is nothing like we've just spoke about. I think it's because it's so nourishing and so moisturizing. It plumps your skin just like a good, really good moisturizer. So if you've got like all your skincare all under this, all you're gonna do is add to all of that, and just your skin's just gonna like, da! That's why I think it hides the imperfections, is because it plumps. So it says that it's a lightweight cream with a non-greasy formula. I agree, it is a very non-greasy formula. As you can see, I have no grease on my hands. It dries very well, it dries down very well, almost to a demi-matte. But I don't think it's a lightweight formula, I'm very sorry. Emma Hardie, Space NK. I think it probably might feel lightweight on the face, but it's a very, very heavy cream. So if you're heavy-handed, you're just gonna be left with like a huge greasy mess, basically. And offers 8 hours of protection for harmful UVA and UVB rays. That's great, love that. Light diffusing particles present in the cream work to even out texture and skin tone, also ensuring that enlarged pores and fine lines are reduced in appearance. Onto what I just said, it's just plumping your skin, and it does plump it beautifully. Oh, light reflecting particles. Okay, if they have that, it's not noticeable enough for me to have even noticed that. Like, that is the first time like that's been brought to my attention. If it does, it is very, very minimal. Anyway, so this is my favourite bit. So, oat extract, mongongo oil and vitamin E form a protective barrier around the skin, helping to repair damaged skin and reducing the appearance of premature aging signs. Okay, you may call me an idiot because I didn't understand that at all. Protective barrier around the ski. Like, this is my thing. I've never heard anyone say anything about ski. Like, to me, that's like skiing. But we're just gonna move on. Skincare primer hybrid, basically. That reminds me of that song that I just did. Skincare primer hybrid. Carol Baskin. Killed her across. Okay. Wow, too much coffee. Okay. Right, so anyway, it does everything it says. Acts as an effective makeup base, blurs visible imperfections because it plumps, enhances elasticity because it's a skincare primer hybrid, suitable for all skin types. I believe that because it dries down very well, so even if you've got oily skin, this would not be your enemy right now. And it says minimizes early signs of aging. Again, that's because of the ingredients in it. It's got anti-aging ingredients. I feel like we've spoken enough about Emma Hardie, so I'm going to put her down and move on. Oh yes, I like this bit. So I thought I would throw these in because these are one of my favorite primers to basically effectively change the way your foundation looks. Coming in at number 3, these are the MAC Strobe creams. Love the Strobe creams. I have been a fan of these for like basically since they came out. So red light. Oh, I love these. Oh my god, just, I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I really hope you can. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That's red light. And now this is pink light, which is like a newer one. I put that underneath it so you can see, and I know when I put them side to side, they're probably gonna look really similar, but you know what? That does not look the same at all, I'm just gonna say. So that one here is pink light. don't know if you can see that. I can't see it. I can only look in my viewfinder, like I only see you in my viewfinder. But to me, I can see that, and actually, there is a big difference. The difference being red light is very warm red. Like, I think that doesn't even look pink, that looks warm and that looks red. Pink light's like a frosty pink. I love strobe creams. They work so well with everything. Well, you know what my favourite thing to do with these is I mix them in with like my full coverage foundations, and they just make the most beautiful glowy concoction. Oh, I love these. So I've talked about how they physically look. Let me talk to you about everything else basically, because they are a primer. Even though they're like very creamy and very thick, they do dry down. They're not that creamy. They don't consistently stay creamy, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have no idea about the ingredients of these. I've just loved them for what they look like and what they are. I would say they were more hydrating. They're not long wear though. They must have something to do with long wear because they are long wear. So MAC, what have you got to say about it? Oh yeah, I forgot to say the price. So for 50ml, are these 50ml? They are, they're a lot bigger than normal. So they're big, I didn't realise that. For 50ml they come in at 25 quid, which is, for me, I think that's great. The ultimate quick fix for the skin. Super powered with potent botanicals to refresh and moisten. So it boosts the look of dull, flat or tired looking skin with nutritious vitamins and a mega dose of green tea. Brightens and clarifies with iridescent particles and antioxidants. Enhances the effects of light on all skin in all lighting conditions from sunlight to spotlight. Key claims and benefits: it smooths skin, does. Improves clarity, because it does, because of the particles. Provides radiance, because of the particles. It's hydrating, it is a hydrating one. Dermatologically tested and non-comedogenic. I agree about that. It is non-comedogenic, it does not break me out. Okay, let me look quickly at the ingredients list. They do have like skincare ingredients. Oh, okay, MAC. I'm sorry, I know I'm talking to you about primer that clearly I didn't even know about. I'm gonna just admit to you that I was way more involved in what it looked like than what it is, because it doesn't have anything on the back. So, this primer just became that much better. This is an amazing, amazing physical primer, as in it literally, like the particles in it, the colours that they give you, oh my god, it's just so beautiful. You can literally use it as a highlighter, you can mix it in, you can use it under makeup and just give that kind of glow from within look. It's a very like multi-functional, multi-use primer. Now, I personally wouldn't have said that it was like verging on good skincare, because I don't personally notice a difference in my skin. Like, I can use primers and be like, oh my god, my skin feels really good after just using that primer. I don't get that from this. However, it is hydrating. You notice that your skin does not crack by far with this. It smells beautiful and it has got skincare ingredients, which I didn't know, which is always a bonus. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 and number 1 was really hard. Very different products, but I love them so much. I was like, oh my god, I almost could not choose. I was like, what do I reach for more? So, the reason this is coming in at number 2 is a little bit different, because I actually reach for this more than number 1. However, the reason that I reach for it more is not for priming, basically. But I have to talk about it because I do use it as a primer. This is number 2. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil Nourishing. It just says nourish, but I'm just like nourishing. If you have got dry skin, I cannot highly recommend this enough. It is an amazing primer, it is, but it is an oil, so I think it's harder to deal with as a primer, but I use it as a primer. But I don't reach for it as much as a primer. However, I use this bad boy every day. I use this bad boy every time I put my makeup on. Do you know why? Because over the top of makeup, like that's what I've got on today. Let me show you. Demonstration time, because I love this and I just think it's so beautiful. I'm just going to quickly go in with some powder, because I can't not use powder. Like, I have to set my base, but powder, like, I have so many powders. I've got glittery ones, I've got mattifying ones, like just matte basic translucent powders. I'm yet to find like the perfect nourishing hydrating powder, and I know it's very hard to ask for because some have made a claim, but they're all bollocks, by the way. That's just what I want. Like, I want something that sets my face but doesn't just completely mattify me out, but therefore I don't want the glitter bits. Does that make sense? Like, there's some great, like, obviously luminous powder out there, but then there's just either too luminous or too glittery. Okay, I'm just going to stop and I'm just going to show you how good this is. I'm literally just going in with my MAC powder. This is one of my favourite powders, by the way, but it's going to map me out, right? Obviously, it's the point of it. So I'm just going to map myself out, and I know a lot of you sitting there who loves matte skin, you're like, oh, why don't you just do that? I don't like mattifying skin. Now it's probably not going to map me out so much because I've used it. So it's not going to mattify me out as it would do if I was doing this afresh, right? But let me just do it as much as I can to prove the point. Now, yeah, okay, I know this, you know, it's a beautiful powder, it looks good, but to me, I guess just too, like, in everyday life, I don't like to look powdery, and I feel like I look powdery and matte. I don't like it. I like juicy, glowy, healthy skin. So this is what I do. I take my oil, drop a couple of bits onto the back of my hand, then I take my beauty blender or my beauty sponge, whatever, you know what I mean, and then I just like, look, dab it in like that, right? Watch. I know this is not going to be for everyone's benefit, but this to me, I love this. When I found this, it was like, my God, it was like God's gift to me, basically. I always, the minute I put it on, I always focus here. Oh, to give that like natural highlight, right? And then I focus on here. And then I focus here. Now by this stage, there's not that much product left on my sponge, so I'm just going to move all of that around. Right? Oh my God, just look at my skin. Look at my skin. Look at my skin. So I basically get my powder to set and do what I need it to do, because I just can't not set my makeup. It's like OCD, I can't not do it. And then now I get my glowiness. And because it's a primer, it's used to not breaking other products up, because that's like, it's quite literally the point of a primer, to hold on to products, to keep the products there. So it will not break up anything. It's not going to break up your bronzer. It's not, I mean, I could probably put it over my eyebrows and it's not going to break up my eyebrows. Like, it's formulated like that, not to break product up. I can put it on under my eye, because I don't know about you, but oh God. Like, that's like the most cracky bit for me, is under my eye. It gets such dry under eyes. And it doesn't break my concealer up. Like, I can still be full coverage, but glowy. That's why this is come in at number 2, because it's like a primer for the top of your face. I love this. If you are like a dry skin person, like me, on my normal days, not during that time of month, and loves full coverage, you'll know how much of a bitch cracking is. Like, cracking is just inevitable majority of the time with high coverage products, but this will change your world. This is going to rock your socks off. And the only reason it's not number 1 now is because, like, I feel like this is a primer thing, and I reach for this more as like an on top primer, not an underneath primer. But when I have my, oh my God, if you watched my breakout one, and you know that I use benzoyl peroxide, which is so drying, this is a godsend for drying. And like, I know you're thinking like, you've got breakouts, why are you using oil? This doesn't break you out. This does not break me out, by the way. This does not break me out. This is not like a heavy oil. It's an oil, but it's not like a heavy oil that you can just like look at and just go, you're going to block all my pores. It's not like that. It's a very lightweight oil. Not lightweight though as in dry oil, by the way. It's not the same thing. Anyway, so this actually comes in for £30 for 30ml. It's pretty standard, if I must say, for a good primer. So the first ever priming oil that prepares skin for the ultimate makeup application, lightweight and quick absorbing, because it is. An ultra light, fast absorbing face oil that doubles as a primer to prep skin for flawless makeup. Okay, so they're basically saying that it's a face oil that doubles as a primer. It gives you a radiant, youthful look with a dewy finish, and it does, it's so beautiful. It doesn't feel greasy, and it does, by the way, it's a priming oil. It keeps your stuff in place. As I said, it doesn't break down product. Would I say it was super long wear? No, it's not super long wear. Nothing that nourishing is. 15 lipid-rich plant extracts and essential oils, including moisturising jojoba and calming chamomile, and it strengthens the skin's barrier. I've given you so much information on that product. I'm going to put it down. We're going to move on to number 1. Now, the reason that this is my number 1 is because this, I've decided, out of all of my products, bar that one, is that I can never not have this. So if it runs out, even though I've got other moisturising primers, this is like the one that I need to have. And the reason I love it so much is because it's a good primer. Like, it's a really, really good all-rounded primer. So without further ado, coming in at number 1, this is the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. I love this primer. It's so good because not only is it nourishing, it's really, like, this is gonna sound really weird, but it's really tacky. So like when you put it on and you leave it and it dries down, it doesn't dry down, it stays like really tacky. So when you put your makeup on, it feels like it's gonna really hold on to that makeup. It's like gonna hold on with 2 hands and not let go, which I love about a moisturising primer. I love it, love it, love it. The other reason that I like this a lot is because it is made with coconut water and probiotic based ingredients and skin revivers. So again, we're looking at skincare priming hybrid, but it has got silicone in it. But I just think when it's coming to a really good primer, majority of really good primers have silicone in it. That's what's going to give you that really beautiful flawless base. So obviously all the moisturising primers are for really dry, thirsty skin, but this is really long wear. And I just feel like it's doing my skin a favour while it's on it. So this comes in at £30 for 30 mils. Well, it says $34, but I'm on their website and that's really stupid, but I'm assuming it's about 28 to 30 quid. Okay, so our replenishing face primer is your instant cure. It hydrates, smooths and brightens skin for a dewy, healthy looking finish. And it almost does that instantaneously, which again is why it's number 1. So it hydrates, boosts skin's radiance, promotes skin's elasticity. Okay, it soothes and smooths the skin infused with hydrating coconut water and can be worn alone or under makeup. I know I've sat here and I've showed you like bar. Oh, okay, so like The Ordinary is like, and Elf actually. So I've shown you, I don't feel too bad. I've shown you 10 products, 2 of which are really cheap. The eight other products being obviously majority around the £30 mark. And I know that's quite expensive for some people, but I can't stand the people, by the way, that tell me you don't need a primer. Don't talk to me. If you're invested in your makeup, then be invested in your base. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why people don't want to invest in primers. I'm going to bring this to a slow ending, calm, slow ending, because I just feel like I'm 2 weeks worth of not talking is ending up in an hour and 10-minute long video of primers. So that is all my primers for today. Anyway, so be assured that everything that I have showed you today, obviously I'm not getting paid from or anything. Like, we don't need to talk about that on my channel. That's not the level I'm at. So I just don't feel the need to say it, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I get asked if I've been sent it. No. But please send me shit. I buy this stuff. This is my thing. As always, if you've got any questions about anything that I have showed you here in today's video, please just comment down below. I'm all up for chatting and answering your questions and whatever else you want to say. No nasty shit though. We don't do that here on my channel. I think the world's a negative place as it is. Don't bring your shit to my doorstep. I don't know where that came from. That's not normally my ending. If you've liked what you've seen here today and would like to see my face again, please hit that subscribe button, and more importantly, genuinely, if you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Always helps to see how many people like it, and if you really hate it and you really feel that passionately about it, go for it. Hit the thumbs down. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. I don't know who I am right now. I have a couple of ideas in the works that I'm going to do, and I am going to film again. We're starting to come back. But top 5 Fridays, as I said in the beginning, I don't know when you're next going to see one, because I'm going to try work out how much I have to talk about, and then I'm going to try space it out nice and evenly. We have good videos coming. I'm on a roll. That is it from me today. I will see you guys next time. God, I've probably missed out so much stuff because my brain's running at like 3,000 miles per hour. But no, I think I'm safe. I probably said way too much. And then possibly left out actual important stuff. But okay, editing's gonna be fun.